California man is in custody for attempted murder after trying to assassinate Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh. The attempt has become a lightning rod of debate in Washington as conservatives renew calls for more security for members of the court and call out perceived double standards. So are we doing enough to protect our justices from these radical pro-abortion protesters? Alan Dershowitz is our legal legend and the host of the podcast The Dersh Show. He's also the author of The Case for Colorblind Equality in an Age of Identity Politics. Professor, always good to see you.
Thanks. I hate to give you the bad news, but he cannot be convicted of attempted murder. He didn't go far enough. This is what's called preparation.
Yeah.
For it to be attempted murder, he has to come a lot closer to actually having killed than just surveilling a house. He could be charged with other crimes, but he can't be successfully prosecuted for attempted murder.
You know, I'm so glad that you brought that up, Professor, because I had the same thought when I heard the charge. And, you know, ultimately, if they don't rectify that in some way, this kid could end up, you know, getting off in some
Well,
fashion.
not getting off, but getting a lighter sentence. In 1959, ancient history, I wrote a law journal article in Yale Law Journal about attempted crimes, and I've been teaching attempts and arguing some of the most important attempt cases throughout the last century and this century. And this case doesn't cross the line into attempted assassination. It's a very serious crime. And we may have to change the laws to give more protection to justices and other members of the public, because the law today isn't enough. If there were two people involved, it would be enough. It would be called a conspiracy. But for one person to be charged with attempt, he has to come closer.
You know, the leftist organization Ruth Sent Us, the Department of Homeland Security has now revealed, has also called for the targeting of Amy Coney Barrett, her home, her church, and her children's school for protests. Your thoughts on this? I mean, this seems to be really getting out of control.
Well, it's disgusting and it's outrageous. And I had an exchange in the New York Law Journal with some other lawyers about this. I think it's immoral and wrong. The question, is it illegal under the First Amendment? Does it cross the line from advocacy, which is constitutionally protected, to incitement? I have to tell you, if it does, then Chuck Schumer's in trouble too, because, you know, he made a speech in front of the Supreme Court in which he basically targeted two justices of the Supreme Court and said, you won't even know what hit you. Now, he didn't intend for that to be an incitement, but certainly mentally disturbed people and others, like the kid who was found in front of Kavanaugh's house, could easily take that as a dog whistle. And it's so interesting because the Democrats are saying that Trump engaged in a dog whistle when he said peacefully and patriotically, let your voices be heard, but Schumer did not.
Right.
And the other side, the exact opposite. So we have to have one rule for all people, regardless of party, race, gender, or ideology.
Professor, having traveled with the President of the United States, I know that when he travels, the police and the Secret Service set up these free speech areas that are a safe distance from motorcades and events. Why aren't we seeing that here? Why are these activists allowed to go right up to these justices' homes?
Well, a law would be constitutional if it required a certain number of yards and maybe fences to protect the justice's home. That would be constitutional. You could stop people from getting right up to the home. Place, time, and manner restrictions on free speech are permissible. For example, a person can't start shouting at 2 o'clock in the morning or going around with a loudspeaker. So there are permissible restrictions as long as they're content neutral and don't depend on who the party is. Now, in the United States, there's no such thing as content neutral. We have different rules for Black Lives Matter. We have different rules for people who engage in advocacy of violence on the left than we do for the right. And that's absolutely unconstitutional.
All right. Good words, and appreciate your insights today on this. And hopefully cooler heads will prevail, and we will protect these justices and their families so much better. Professor Alan Dershowitz, thank you so much for being with us, sir.
Thank you.